Cleveland way back in 1796. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Cleveland Browns. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On second and a couple, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 22.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Allen now on first down. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. Could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Allen. He'll get this out wide with Penny. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And again, it's Allen. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Watson. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here.
He'll get this up to about the 44. The Browns at 4-7 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. To throw is Watson.
Right back to Njoku.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he is going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Nick Chubb stops short. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. They start the drive with Cook. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A very solid gain of 27. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen to throw once more. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his right. He'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
Here we go on fourth. Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. They run it again with Cook. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back first down pickups.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To the air, Allen. Catch is made by Metcalf. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Stephon Diggs. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Escaping the pressure right. But I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Allen. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To throw again on second down. Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Allen. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs. As the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Off of play action, it's Watson. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there. And there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
63 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Cook is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
He got maybe a half-yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Cook is in. Touchdown, Seattle. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Watson now to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. Finding room at midfield.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw, Watson.
That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, here's Watson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a gain of 15 yards and moves to 3rd down.
From the 50, it's Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here's Cook again.
And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
151 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
They'll run with Cook, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
James Cook
with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes this 35-0 now.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Room here to run. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big pickup there on the run. 49 yards. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. The give running right is Chubb. Brought down at the 20.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Seahawks 20-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Watson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On play action, Allen going deep for Diggs. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 45 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now Allen. End zone caught. Touchdown Seattle. Stephon Diggs. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it is 42-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Watson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Not good at all. Punt him just 24 yards there. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On second down, Cook. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Third down, here's a run by Cook. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, to throw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball on the ground, move people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
So for the Seahawks, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My A-spoon going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters. This ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight. I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stocked my bare kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage or $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos, knocking those down no bangles. without a Kangol, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's you heard, we eating, talking about extra with a splash.